Alright, let's test the mic here. Alright, it's looking good. Alright, you can start now. Let me just see. It's been a little bit, so I'm going to refamiliarize myself with Twitch. Alright, running a little late. Bring up OBS here. Okay. Move the mic. Alrighty, so back at it again to start another 5 Parsecs from home game. This time I hope to get beyond just character creation. Last time I only got to character creation. So this should only be an hour or less. I wanted to start this. I'm going like an idiot. I got re-addicted to smoking again, like a fool. So I need a project to get my mind off of it because I'm going to quit tomorrow. So I'm going to start this campaign game, and I'm going to hopefully do some streams of creating the minis and what have you, just like I did for my 5 Leagues from the Borderlands game. So hopefully that'll get my mind off it and give me something to do at night. Alright, so we're going to start. So we're going to be doing 5 Parsecs. There's the book. I got my printed out version off screen here. Everybody always credits Modifius when they bring this up on every YouTube I've ever seen. I'm going to go ahead and credit the author for this book, because he's the mastermind behind it, and that's Ivan Sorensen, or what is it? Let me bring up the Discord here. He has a Discord. I suggest you look for it. It's Nordic Weasel Games. So he created the game. Excellent solo adventure war game, as it is described. It's a mix between skirmish wargaming and RPG light. Definitely this style of game has become my favorite. I think it's an excellent style. A lot of fun. You're going to hear a dog tapping in the background. He's on the other side of the door. And what I plan to do with it is I want to do some decent battle reports and try to edit the videos and do all the good stuff, because my 5 Leagues games were just Twitch dumps. I just streamed on Twitch and dumped it on YouTube. This time I want to actually try and put a little effort in. That'll mean I won't be able to do a game a week. I'll probably be doing a game every 2 or 3 weeks because I have a busy life. But we'll see what we can get done here. So I did all the prep work. We'll go over it in a minute. Did most of the first campaign turn. The only thing I haven't done is roll dice yet. So I'm going to do all my dice rolling on these Twitch streams. I'll do all the dice rolling, and then I'm also recording it, so I'll take that video and try to edit it later. This sort of thing won't probably be very heavily edited. This is going to be just sort of the how do you want to put it? Sort of the, not cliff notes, but the references, or I guess references. So just to show that all the dice rolls are legit and what have you. I'll also stream the actual gameplay when I'm actually putting miniatures down on the board. And then I'll take that video and edit it and hopefully do a more condensed 30 to 40 minute battle report. The way it's going to work is I'll do the campaign turn up until the point I have an encounter where I would need to produce miniatures and terrain. I will then spend the following 2 to 3 weeks producing that miniatures and terrain, painting it all up, getting it ready to go. And then the start of the next game will be me playing the battle that I actually generated. And then I'll generate again up until the point where I'd have another battle. That's generally how I did it with the 5 Leagues from the Borderlands game. I'm going to do it the same way with the 5 Parsecs, except I'm just going to be taking more time so I can actually edit the video down so it's watchable. Because the other ones are like 3.5, almost 4 hours long. those are not watchable. I'd like to make them watchable. And like I said, this is more of a project for myself. But hopefully, if anybody's interested in 5 leagues or 5 parsecs, I can watch it and get an idea. I haven't actually played 5 parsecs. I've only done the prep work. I haven't actually put minis on the board. But I do enjoy sci-fi, so let's see here. So let's go ahead and jump in. We've got the, I'm going to do it in a grid fashion. Just a number letter grid. I know it's not a map-based game, but it is a location-based game. You got to come up with all the different locations. But I like to try to make it more interesting. So we're going to have a basic grid, and then within the grid there'll be, let me see if I can zoom in here, a plus or minus that sort of gives you how far up or down. Hold on, I can hear my microphone. Let me mute that. There we go. There'll be a plus or minus kind of giving you an idea of how far up or down in 3 dimensions that this particular location is. That way, if I do a second game, which I'm going to do a second game that's just for me, I want to try to get those elite ranks. I'm going to try to do it legitimately. There's a challenge, actually. Let's go to that. This is the challenge I'm going to attempt. Let me see if I can find the page here. I think it's in the 60s. Yeah, right here. This little challenge right here. You can potentially earn 17 elite ranks. Doing so would be a monumental amount of dedication. If you genuinely do this without cheating, let us know. There's the challenge. So I'm gonna be trying to do that. So I got another game that I'm gonna be doing off camera to try to get one of those. I'm gonna do it on easy mode. I'm going for the win. Where is it? The win 50 tabletop or 20 tabletop battles. And that'll give me 1 elite rank, but that won't count towards this game because I have 0 elite ranks at the moment. So anyways, let's get back to this. So this is our initial starting sector. It's going to be the Xylon system. It's going to be a single star system with 3 orbiting planets. The habitable planet being Xylon 2. Pretty unimaginative, but I've got the information on the back. The locale is Xylon 2, the type is a terrestrial planet. I haven't rolled up licensing, and I haven't rolled up traits yet. We'll get to that in a bit. Next up, we're going to look at difficulty settings and toggles. There's a fair amount of toggles in this game that you can put on. And the Trailblazers toolkit, which I will be using. So we're going to go over that briefly. So I'm going to use the random method. I'll generate all of the crew members randomly. I'm going to be doing a crew size of 6. I'm not using any story trackers. My victory condition is just going to be play 20 campaign turns. That'll be the victory condition. That's when I'll earn my elite rank. I can continue the campaign. I don't have to stop it. But that is the condition I need to get to. So if this crew is interesting or fun to play and I reach 20 campaign turns, I don't necessarily have to stop playing. Difficulty mode is going to be normal for this one. I think if I do another one after this, I'm going to jack up all the difficulties. I like to play on the hardcore mode with the toggles of starting in the gutter and Slaves to the Star Grind. I like those 2 toggles. Alright, so where were we? Difficulty mode normal, have 0 elite ranks. I'm going to be using the Wild Galaxy optional rule. That's just 2 traits per location instead of the normal 1. I'm going to be using Varied Armament rule. I'm going to be using Battle Events optional rule. I will be using Red and Black Zone jobs, although you need to play at least 20 campaign turns minimum to get the Black Zone, so if I do go in it, it'll just be Red Zone jobs. I'm going to use the progressive difficulty, because I am setting it normal, so I just want to get a little harder as I go along, so we'll be using progressive difficulty. That's in Trailblazers Toolkit. I'll be using both options 1 and 2. Those don't kick in until, I think, campaign turn 3. I was just looking at this. I'm pretty sure it's campaign turn 3. Those will start kicking in. Yeah. Those will kick in campaign turn 3. So the first 2 turns, they'll be just normal rules. I will also be using AI variation optional rule, also in Trailblazers toolkit. So that's that. This is all stuff that I'll fill out later. This is my my character. Let's see here, character sheets. Those are all the different characters, and this is the campaign log, where I'll be writing down everything I roll and everything I do. So, for starters, the first thing we got to do is generate the crew. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and do that. I've got my dice cam right here. You can see up in the upper left corner. Happened to grab a pink pencil. Why is there so much light hitting this right now? Where'd all that light come from? Oh, this thing. That's not it. Why is it so bright all of a sudden? It's washing it out. Let me try to turn this off. Yeah, you can see that just fine. Now we're getting too dark. Yeah, let's use this one. Turn this one away. Yeah, it's a little dark, but better than getting washed out. Some nice yellow light for you. Alright, well, let's go ahead and begin. Gotta work around this, this over here. There it goes again, washing out again. Technical difficulties. That really washes it out. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Maybe that pan out a bit helps. Alright, that's fine. I got this nice shadow stripe going across it. I'll be a little closer. Alright, that'll do. Alright, let's begin. So, first crew member, we're gonna I got my muted dice tower here. So, first crew member is going to be, we're going to determine race. So 1D100. And that will be a 47. That's a baseline human. I'll come up with their backgrounds over the course of the next 2-3 weeks. Like they're written out, where they actually come from, the story behind it. I need to do background roll. That will. Let me actually get to the page here. Okay, background will be 98. And that is alien culture. And that will give us 1 high-tech weapon. Okay, now we're going to do motivation. It's another D100. Let's throw the gray down. That'll be 71. That is fucking romance. Hate romance. How do you write that into the story? Romance. That is from an alien culture. Is it motivated by romance? Could be a lecher. Could be like Captain Kirk. Let's see here. That gives me a rumor and a story point. And finally, we want his class. I'll go ahead and throw the black dice down. That'll give me an 82, which will be Bounty Hunter. It's an odd combination. We can work with it though. Bounty Hunter gives me quite a few things. +1 speed. Gives me a rumor. And it gives me 1 low-tech weapon. Okay, that was first crew member. Let's go to second. Let's retrieve the dice. Okay, I'll throw. Go ahead and throw his race first. That is an 88. Maybe a bot. Let's check. Pretty sure that's a bot. That is a bot. That's easy. Second crew member done. Go to third crew member. Roll the white dice again. We've got a 49. That's another baseline human. Go ahead and do a background roll. Throw those white dice one more time. We've got an 80, can't see it. 87. A bit sick here too, so expect coughing. 87, Industrial World. Which will grant us +1 gear. Motivation. Another D100. And we'll throw the gray dice. That'll give us a 57. Loyalty. That is +1 patron. And what is that? +1 story point. Need them story points. And we'll go ahead and do. What's the third one? Class. Black dice. Let's see here. Got a 100. Which is a scavenger. That makes sense. Industrial World scavenger. That will give us rumor and a high-tech weapon. Getting a lot of rumors right off the bat. Okay, fourth crew member. Okay, throw the dice, see what we get. Let's get an alien here. There we go. 67. That is an alien, I believe. I think up to a 60 is a human. We're going to have to throw again. That is a primary alien. Anything but a feral. Or it's actually swift. I'd rather have a feral than swift. Primary aliens. It's another D100 for that as well. We've got a 100. Swift. Bummer. That is not going to be a tiny winged reptile in my game. That's going to be something else. I haven't figured it out yet. Not a big fan of the Swift. Let's get some background. Rules explicitly state you can't use story points during character creation. But I'm so tempted to burn one off just so I can get rid of my roll of a Swift. Background 12. That'll give us low-tech colony. And that's a low-tech weapon. Now we need motivation. It's a 24. Survival. Ooh, +1 toughness. That's a good one. And lastly, class. '24. Mercenary. Had to be a Swift. That gives. I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways. It explicitly states in the rules not to do that, but I'm gonna break the rules already. +1 combat skill. Unless I can come up with a good race for the Swift to be. And plus a D6 credits. It's 1D6. And credits. 6 credits plus 1 is 7 credits. Pretty good. Alright, let's take a quick look at the Swift here. See what their abilities are. I know they have the slow fall. They can jump down any height. That can be passed off as a number of things. Alright, let's take a look at the Swift. Okay. You have to shoot all shots at the same target. That's fine. Normal, toughness, reaction, speed's a 5. So yeah, it can be a Swift. It's just not going to be a tiny reptile. Is there a maximum profile for a Swift? Let's see. Let's go to, what is it, leveling, somewhere where the leveling up is. It's important that I look this up now so I can burn off a story point to re-roll it if I decide to. So far, nothing is turning me off just yet. Let's see here. It would be after all this. World steps. Ready for battle. It would be after. Here we go. Post battle. It's got to be somewhere in here. Alright, here's some restrictions. So bots have restrictions. Engineers can't go above 4 toughness. I think that's it. That's all I'm seeing. So there's no restrictions on a Swift just because he's small. So alright, we'll keep him as a Swift. I'll just come up with a different race to represent him as. Let's see here. Where are we at now? That was class, so we're going on to crew member number 5. 5th crew member. Get the dice back out. Should have just went with the 3 humans, 2 aliens, and a bot. We've got a 58. That's another human. Okay, let's get our background. Throw the gray. We got a 66. There's a research outpost. Here we go. We got a savvy character. Good. There goes the light again. Keeps doing that. Research outpost. That'll give me +1 savvy. There goes the light again. I don't know why it's doing that. That's probably good. Research outpost. That is a +1 savvy. Where are we? And +1 gadget. We want to do motivation. Black dice. We got a 19. That will be glory. Which will give us a +1 combat skill. And +1 military weapon. Then class. Class will be an 86, which is Nomad. Interesting. That might be a tough one to explain. I'm sure the inspiration will come. Let's see here. That's +1 gear. Last 6th crew member. Alright, throw the black dice, see what we get. We've got an 11, that's another human. So we got 1 Swift, and then 4 humans and a bot. Baseline human. Sorry, we're going to be recruiting right off the bat. And we're going to be using the old friends right off the bat. We'll do that before I actually start. Baseline human, background. Hopefully get some aliens to mix it up. Oop, got the dice outside of the dice roller. We've got a 33. 33 is a drifter. I don't really know which one I want to be the captain. It's going to be human. Gives us +1 gear. Motivation. The dice are in here. Got a 92. That will give us a order. He's a drifter, but he wants order. That is a patron and a story point. A few patrons to start with here. And finally, class. It's like the Wandering Paladin. Class is a 14. That'll be a hacker. What a bizarre, bizarre combination. A drifting hacker who wants order. I guess he goes and fixes. I don't know. That's a tough one. We'll come up with it later. Hacker, and that gives us +1 savvy. Good, we got 2 savvy guys. Plus, I think the bot has +1 savvy as well. And a rival. Right off the bat, we have a rival. Okay, and that is that. There we go. At a certain angle, right there. Can't get that glare to go away. It'll do it. Alright, so we did our crew. We've got 4 humans, bot, and a swift. Next up, we need to roll up our starting story points. That is a D6 roll. I believe it's +1. Let's find the page here. And then I'll add all the additional story points I rolled there. Let's see. Story points, where are you? 66. So we get a D6 +1, and that's it. I gotta remember every third campaign turn, add a story point. Alright, so D6 roll equals a 2 plus 1 is 3, 4, 5, 5, I'm not seeing any more. 6. It's going to be a total of 6, so that's 2 plus 4. Starting with 6 story points. We need to do starting credits. equals. And that will be, I think you just start with 1 per crew member, so that's 6. Plus, we had 1 thing of credits. 6 plus. Can we get 1 roll of credits? Yeah, right here, 7. So we'll have 13 credits to start. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep, so 13 credits. Okay. We gotta come up with our starting gear. Called equipment. Alright, actually. Okay, so where is the table? In here. So we get three military, 3 low tech, 1 gear, 1 gadget. You can trade in a military for each to a high tech for each sav we have. So we had 2 savvy guys, I believe. Yeah, 1 there. Pretty sure it's 2. Let's just go over it real quick. Let's see. One savvy here. That'd be the last guy. 1 savvy there. So we had 2 savvy. So we can go. We can do 1 military. We already have 2 additional. We can do 2 military because we got a bonus there. I think we have 2 high techs. Yeah, 1 there. And 1 there. Bonus military, bonus low tech. Is that all in order? High tech, oh, high tech, high tech. 2 high techs, 1 military, 1 low tech. So I think we'll do 2 military and 1 high tech for our starting ones, and then that'll end up with 3 and 3, I believe. That should end up with 3, 3, and 4 low tech weapons. Yep. All right. So we got 4 low tech weapons. That'll be 1d100 4 times. Let's throw all 3 of these ones right off the bat. Actually, we'll throw 1 right off the bat and see what we get here. So we got a 64. Remember 64. And then throw the other 3 all at once. We got a 64, so we got a 10, a 46, a 64, a 74. A 10, a 46, a 64, a 74. And that will get us, the 10 is a handgun. The 46 is a colony rifle. I think this both, so there's 2 colony rifles, the 46 and the 64, 2 colony rifles. And the 74 is a shotgun. Nice. Take a shotgun. Then we're going to end up with 3 military and 3 high tech. D100 times 3. And we will get 18, 38, 48. All 8s. 18, 38, 48. That sets us up with a all 2 infantry lasers and a marksman's rifle. Infantry laser, yep. Infantry laser. 1 marksman's rifle. My recollection, infantry lasers are good. Wait a minute. No, it's not 2. It's 1 infantry laser. That first 18 is a military rifle. Oops-a-daisy. Let's go. Rewrite the whole line. So it's a military rifle. Infantry laser. And a marksman's rifle. Okay, and then we got 3 high-tech weapons. Okay, we've got, shake it, make sure that's a 50. Alright, so we got a 14, a 58, and a 75. 14, 58, 75. That will get us, where is it? 14 is a hand cannon. A 58 is a blast pistol. A 75 is a blast rifle. Hand cannon's the pistol from Blade Runner. That's what I think in my head. Alright, next up is our gear. So we got bonus gears. Let's see here. High-tech weapon, counted. Oh, we had another low-tech weapon. Yes, we did. I'll roll that in a bit. Let's see here. We got a bonus. All right, that threw me off. I'm gonna roll that low-tech weapon right now. Hopefully, it's one I already rolled, so I can just put it ×2 next to it. Otherwise, it's gonna drive me crazy. I put it all out of order. This is killing me with this glare. I don't know why it's happening. Alright. We're going to roll that low-tech weapon now. And that is a 2. Which I think is a handgun. Yes, perfect. So let's sneak a 2 in front of here. It's d10 times 5 equals a 2, a 10, a 48. And that'll be handgun ×2. Good, don't have to rewrite anything. ×2 handgun. Okay, that worked out. Now let's count up our gear. So that's gear equals, and that'll be a D100 times, I know it's at least 2. D100, let's see, gear. 1 gear there. 1. It's a gadget there, so it's 1 and 1. 2 and 1, there's another gear there. 3 and 1, another gear there. So we're having 4 total gear 2 total gadgets. Gear times 4 equals. For the first one, oops. We've got a 31. We're going to have to remember 31. Okay, so we've got a 15, 31, a 78, a 91. A 15, 31, 78, 91. That'll get us 4 gear. We have a 15, is a bipod. $31 is a communicator. $78 is a nanodoc. And the last one is a 91. Which is a sector permit. Nice. Don't know what that does. Let's look all this stuff up, just for fun. Just for fun, let's take a look and see what we got. Gear. So bipod's probably a weapon attachment. So +1 to hit at ranges over 8 inches when aiming or when firing from cover. That's going to go on that marksman's rifle for sure. What else do we have? We've got a communicator. Let's see if we can find that. Communicator. When making reaction rolls each round, you may roll 1 additional die. Nice. Roll an additional 1, discard 1. That's pretty good, actually. What else we got? A nanodoc. Onboard item, probably. Nanodoc. Prevent 1 roll on the post injury, no matter the source. It's a single use. So it just prevents an injury. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. And then a sector permit. When you arrive on a planet where a license is required, roll a d6. On a 4+, the sector permit is accepted. You must roll for each license type on each planet. That'll be good for when I generate the licenses or not. I'll have to make that roll as well. Alright, so I'm actually glad I looked that up in case it might come into play immediately. Alright, so that's gear, and we have gadgets, 2 of them. It's a D100 times 2. Okay, we've got a 27 and a 53. That'll get us. 27 is a displacer. It's a type of armor, I think. Displacer, and what was the other one? A 53 repair bot. And we'll look those up as well. Wish I stayed on the page. Okay, so we've got a displacer and a repair bot. I think a displacer, I am incorrect, it is not a protective device. So here it is. Usable once per mission instead of moving. Aim anywhere in sight. The character teleports to a point. It's once per mission, you teleport up to a d6 inches away in a random direction. What? If the teleporter will end up within a zone, if the device fails, it must be repaired. The character can emerge on the same height as the aiming point, which may cause him to fall. Points to a point. Well, you basically can move a d6 inches in a random direction. Oh, no. I'm reading that incorrectly. What you can do is you can teleport to a point. So you can pick any point on the way I'm reading this is you pick any point on the battlefield. You teleport there, then you scatter a d6 inches. The teleport, and then if you would end up in a solid obstacle fails and needs to be repaired. And you can fall as well. And you can take combat action afterwards. If used by a precursor, you may establish 2 landing points. I don't have a precursor. So that's actually really cool. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. And a repair bot. Probably on onboard items. Let's see here. +1 to repair attempts. Okay. Okay, so that's not bad at all. Alright, so we've determined all of our loot, all of our gear. Next we gotta determine our ship. This is the next page, I believe. Alright. So we will roll ship type. That is a D100. And then we gotta come up with some. Come up with our debt, what we owe on it. Alright, so ship type will be a 12 worn freighter. That's got a low amount of debt, sort of. Actually, probably that's not the best roll. So that's a 12. We can always buy another ship later. Worn freighter. The debt equals, let's say, 1d6. D6 plus 20. Should be less. Should be less. So D6 plus 20. That'd be 23. So 3 plus 20 is 23. Gives us 23 credits. That is not too bad at all. Pay that off fairly quickly. So we've done the ship, and I think that brings us to the final roll we need to make, which is the... Oh, nope. That does not bring us to the final roll, because we have patrons and 1 rival we got to do here. So let's go to patron. We got 1 patron to start, and at least 2. Patron, 2 patrons, and a rival. I think that's it. 2 patrons and a rival. Starting patrons. It is a D10 times 2. So our starting patrons will be a 7 and a 9. That is a wealthy individual in a private organization. Okay, so we'll wait to roll all the other stuff until we actually work for them. Usually I roll the benefits before, but we will wait. So that's that, and starting rival. And that is, let's see. Not here, I gotta look up where you roll that. I think you just roll basically an enemy encounter. And then you pick that one. Let's see here. It says it in the character creation. Patrons and rivals. Any rival you begin the game with should be rolled on Unknown Rivals table in the Battle Chapter, page 94. Page 94. Unknown Rival. Let's see. Unknown rival. It's a D100. Does not include roving threats. It's everything but. So let's get a. That is not a percentile dice. This is a percentile dice. 23. I think that's criminal element. Yes, criminal element. And I'm gonna roll up the, I guess, type. Call it a type. It would be another D100. Who have we pissed off? It's that hacker. Who did he mess with? Let's see here. A 37. That is psychos. The hacker upset some psychos. That's good. Alright, so that's starting patrons, starting rivals. So now we go on to initial sector. And then license requirements. That is a D6. That is a 4 or a 5 or a 6, and it requires a license. Rolled a 2, no license. No requirement. And then we do the world traits. I think that's everything for the initial rolling. Let's get those traits rolled up. Then we'll take a short break. We'll come back and we'll just roll a few more times to figure out the initial encounters and what have you. So we're going to use the Wild Galaxy optional roll. It means we're rolling twice. And they're world traits, yes. This is going to tell us what kind of world am I starting in. Oh, that's D100 times 2. We've got a 16 and a 26. Will give us 16 is imminent invasion. That's good. We're in the path of an invasion here. And what's 26? Opportunities. Alright. So that's it for that. I'm going to take a short break and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, we've figured everything out here. I believe we can go ahead and I'll fill all this stuff in afterwards. I'll just write down quickly my starting story points at 6 and credits at 13. Credits are 13, story points 6. And I'll write my rumors down too, just so I don't forget. Let's see how many rumors we got. 1, 2, 3, 3. So we got 3 starting rumors. Pretty good. Might get a quest early. 3 starting rumors. Okay. And I'll come up with names as during the next couple weeks. Anyways, all right. So bring it in a little closer here. So I already filled out some of this stuff. So crew starts at C4 plus 6. That's the Xylon system. Right off the bat, I'm going to use my rainy day fund story point option. Let's see here. Nope, that is not. That is a star of the story. Yes. So that is not -1. That's going to bug me because that's not the way I like to do it. Thought that was a story point. It is not. Any of the story points do anything? Give you 3 XP. May spend 1 story point to obtain 3 credits for the crew. That's what I'm going to do. So first we're going to do Rainy Day Fund. That is a star of the story. That'll be a D6 plus 5. We'll use that right off the bat. D6 plus 5. That'll be 6 plus 5. Good roll. 6 plus 5 equals 11 credits. I'll adjust that in a moment. It'll be plus 11 credits. So before I assign crew tasks, I will use a story point to gain more credits. Rainy day fund. I put it in parentheses so I know it's start of the story. I'm going to write that down now that I've used it. Okay, we're going to use What About Old Friends as well, but we'll do that in a moment. So after Rainy Day Fund, we use immediately. Fleet Invasion does not apply on your first campaign turn. Getting a new ship. So we can roll and see if there's any available ships. I don't think you can sell your old one, I'm not sure. But let's see if there's a new one available, or what is available. As soon as I find the page where that is, I think that's right here somewhere. Let's see. Let's look around here. Check the table of contents. It's 59. It's probably on page 59. Here we go. Ship damage. Nope. Ship basics. Nope. Being without a ship. Getting a new ship. Acquiring a new ship is not cheap at all. Each campaign turn you may look for a new vessel. Roll a 2d6 plus 3. Multiply the total by 10 to find the cost in credits. Alright, so we roll the cost of the credits. Then you roll what kind of ship it is. So let's go ahead and skip it this one turn. Because I didn't leave myself enough room. I was trying to do stuff ahead of time. So, not available this round. That's going to leave a big gap that's going to bother me as well. So we're going to determine travel. We're not traveling because we start in our starting area. So there is no new world arrival and world steps. So upkeep, -1 credit. We have 6 members. Ship debt. We are going to pay... let's see, I might not even need to do +1 credits. So we owe... Let's see, I might just pay the ship off right off the bat. So we have 13 credits. We just gained 11, that gives us 24, and we owe 23, I believe. What's our ship? What do we owe our ship here? Yeah, we only owe 23, so we'll basically we'll have 1 credit left. So yeah, we'll just pay off the whole ship. 23 credits. And that is, and then we have NA, because we don't have a debt anymore. Total equals 0 credits. So we paid the ship off on campaign turn 1. So we'll go ahead and put our debt down to 0. We own the ship now, at least. Alright. So we have 1 credit left right now, as of right now. So ship repairs is not applicable. Medical care, not applicable. Nobody's injured. So we're going to go ahead and spend a story point to gain... And what page was that again? Go back to the campaign, table of contents. Let's see here. 66. So, -1 story point. Equals +3 credits. So we'll have 4 credits. I'll just keep track of that now. Usually I do all that at the end, but let's just go ahead and keep track of that now. So we've got 4 credits total. And we have 5 story points. Okay. Now we go to crew tasks. The fun part. Got 6 crew members who have not named. So in place of a name, there we go. In place of a name, I will just use their, I think everybody has a different class. I'll use their class. So we've got a bounty hunter, we've got a bot, we've got a scavenger, yeah, we've got a soldier, I think, or a mercenary. We also have a hacker, I don't know that much, and a drifter. Yeah, so everybody has a different class. So we'll use class in place of a name until I come up with their names. Oh, and I need to determine who the captain's going to be. I'm going to do that now. Leader. I already have the leader's name in my mind. Equals... His name is Captain Nan Tendo. I like that name. It's a fun name. Captain Nan Tendo. Alright. So he'll be the captain, and he will be... Who do we want the captain to be? He's gonna be one of the humans. Not the bounty hunter, probably. Not the scavenger. Not the bot, and not the switch. So probably one of the last two. Probably that nomad. Seeking glory. And then there's the hacker. Yeah, we'll go with that nomad. What does he have? He has some good stuff, doesn't he? So he's got a savvy and a combat skill. Perfect. So it'll be the nomad. The nomad is the captain. Captain Nintendo. Alright. So now we go to assign crew tasks. So Captain Nintendo. And he will probably find a patron. No, maybe not find a patron. Let's see what our choices are here. Can train to get an XP, but I don't want to do that. Trade, explore, track, recruit, repair kit, and decoy. So he'll recruit. I think I can only do each task once, but I can apply. Yeah, I can only do each task once, but I can send multiple crew members. Up to 2 to the same task. And rolling, sending multiple crew members does what exactly? What exactly does sending multiple crew members do? Does it specify? I know I've looked this up before, but I don't recall what it does. Okay, no. So I can send 2 crew members and they each will roll for recruit. They won't add. I thought it was one, they'll help the other one, sort of give a bonus to the roll. That is not the case. I can basically do each campaign action twice. But only once can I. But a crew member can only do one action, but I can do the same action twice. Alright, so that works. So we're going to do recruit right off the bat. Right over here. Which is a D6. Let's look it up. So I have 6 crew members, so I need to roll a D6, I need to get a 6. Can I add anything to that? Oh, adding the number of crew members sent to recruit. Okay, yeah, so I can send more than one, and they add to the roll. Nintendo, and this will be a placeholder name. We'll send, who else are we going to send? Bounty Hunter, probably? Nah. We'll send the hacker. And the parentheses. The hacker. equals recruit. And I think recruit costs money. Nope, costs no money. Good. So recruit 1d6 equals, and we're gonna get to add 1 to this roll. Alright, so recruit, and then add 1 to the roll. And we rolled a 6 plus 1 is a 7, which is success. 6 plus 1. Success. And what do we get? Comes with a handgun. Success. So we got to roll the race. Roll a D100. We're going to find ourselves a 61 as an alien. Primary alien. Which is another D100. Let's throw the white dice. We got a 48. So we found, or we hired, I should say. A soulless. Nice. We get a handgun. And we're going to add so-and-so to crew roster. Alright. So I'll come up with his name afterwards, but we also now have a soulless. Next, and that's 2 of our crew members. We have 4 more to go. Trade, recruit, explore, track, repair, or decoy. So we will do new equipment. Probably trade. I'm going to send 2 people to trade. For each crew member trading, roll once in the trade table to see what presents itself. You can get additional rolls by spending 3 credits. Alright, so we're going to send 2 people to trade. We will send, so we sent the hacker and Captain Tendo to recruit, so we will send for trading the bot, which we haven't named, and not the bounty hunter, the bot and the swift maybe. So let's see here. Yeah, the bot. There's a scavenger. We'll send the bot and the scavenger. Give it some space for our name. Scavenger equals trade. That is a D100 times 2. Okay. So what do they come up with? You got an 12 and an 85. 85? Yeah, 85. The 12 is an instruction book. a single-use item that gives me +1 XP for a crew member of my choice. We'll just wait until someone's about to level up and use that. Instruction book, and what is the last? 85. 85 is gently used. Roll once on the gear subsection of loot. The item is damaged and needs repair. So, gently used. We'll acquire a D100 roll if I'm not mistaken. That is page 132. We've got there's a gear subtable. So gear subtable will give us a oops, spun the phone around. 54. That is a gently used protective item. Which is probably another D100. It is another D100. Roll the gray. That gives us a 44. Under protective items, that is deflector field. +1 damaged. Deflector field. Okay, so those two guys did trading, and that's what we got. We got instruction book and a damaged deflector field. So now that we've done that, let's look at the repair your kit. Roll a d6, add the savvy. Add 1 if it's an engineer, either not. But we do have a repair bot, so that'll add 1 for that. Before the roll grants a +1. At 6+, the item is repaired and usable. And the natural 1 means it's no good. So, okay, who do we have left here? So we've used bot, which sucks because you could repair it better. We do have a second. We got the hacker who had savvy. So nobody else has savvy right now. I've used all my savvy characters. So I've used bot. I haven't used basically I haven't used the swift. And I haven't used let's see here, bounty hunter. Neither of which have a savvy bonus, so they're not going to try to repair the kit. What's a deflector field do? Let's see. It might be important to have it on this coming up mission. What does a deflector field do? Automatically deflects a single ranged weapon hit per battle. After a hit is scored, decide if you wish to use the field before any rolls for toughness or armor are made. Negates the first hit per battle. That's actually pretty good. We're going to go ahead and spend some money to repair that. So we'll have the bounty hunter do a repair action. And he'll spend some money beforehand. We don't have a name for him yet, so we'll go parentheses bounty hunter. Rules of repair. Oops. We have 4 credits to spend. Let's spend 2 and we can save 2. -2 credits. That'll leave us with 2 left, but that'll give us a 1d6 That'll give us a +3 to the roll. We have 2 credits. The bounty hunter does not have a savvy score, but we do have a repair bot. So we're looking for, we get a +3, and we need, what do we need? A 6? On a 6+, the item is repaired. So we need a 3 or better, because we're getting a +3. So looking for a 3 or better. We'll roll a 6. 6 plus 3 gives us a 9, which is success. Repair deflector field. All right, and that gives us the Swift. And he will... I don't really feel like fighting the rival just yet. Maybe, we'll see. He can go find a patron. We already did 2 trades, 2 recruits. So he can go either explore or find a patron. Let's send him out to explore. Swift was the mercenary. Explore. That is a D100. Alright, I'll roll first and look it up after. Oops. Got a 35. And what does that give us? I know you can get screwed on this table. You hear a tip. You may automatically track down a rival to fight this campaign turn. I might just do that. So the Swift heard a tip. So I can fight the I can fight the rival automatically. All right. That is crew actions. Next step. I didn't do job offers from a patron, no? Don't you have to roll for it. Which I gotta keep that in mind next turn if I want to do missions for a patron or not. Yeah, so we didn't actually find a patron, which is something you probably should do every turn. So, we're not doing a patron mission this turn. I think we probably came to this planet to settle the score with our rivals. We'll do the rival mission. So, determine if you received a job offer from... Okay. Yeah, so we're going to do determine job offer. It's not available. Not available. That is step 3. Assign equipment. I'll do that later. Resolve any rumors. So I'm not going to write down assign equipment. We'll just assign equipment. That doesn't need to be written down on this log. Okay, so we're going to resolve rumors. That is a d6 roll. 1d6? And if it is equal to or below, I think, equal to or below the number of rumors, remove all rumors from the roster. You now receive a quest. Okay, so a 3 or less, and we've got a quest. A 2. Quest. Alright, success. We gotta generate a quest of some sort. Alright. How does that work? So So now we can choose our battles. First, you must check for rivals. So, success. So we have a quest. I don't know how to annotate that. Okay. So, we have a quest now. There's nowhere. I guess I'll write it somewhere. Under where? Right here. Nope, that doesn't work. Well, first I'll deduct the rumors. I also spent 2 credits. So I only have 2 left. We'll just, I guess we'll write 0. I don't know how to annotate this. Active with an A? I guess. So we got an active quest. But now we need to check for rivals. Which we do have one. Roll a d6, and if it's equal to or lower than the number of rivals, the rivals track us down. But it doesn't matter because we've tracked them down. And it's a 2. That's a fail. Okay. Select job. And what is this? Attack a rival. Okay. Now we proceed to battle section. Yes. Determine deployment conditions. Alright, attack a rival. Battle. Determine deployment. There goes my baby crying. Let's see here. That is a D100 roll. Gives us a 91. Gloomy. That's not good. Notable sights. Another D100 roll. It'll be 76. So if you're fighting an invasion battle, simply survive. Otherwise, roll D100. Make sure the correct column, the item is placed from the. Okay, so it's 2 credits are going to be scattered 2d6 plus 2 inches from the center of the table. That's what's going to happen. So first 76, and it's called Really Shiny Bits. Okay, that's that. Opportunity patron and quest missions will roll for objective. We're not doing any of that. So determine objective is an A. Because we're doing a rival mission. Determine the circumstances. So rival attack. So then you gotta roll a d10. If you tracked them down, you will always fight a showdown. So equals showdown. Because we track them down. Straight up fight, no modifications. If not only in the table. Okay, so determine enemy. It's going to be psychos. I'll have to roll. Just reading through this here. So, psychos. Okay. Next, we need to. We have optional AI. Let me see if that's rolled for, or when that's rolled for. Or if it's rolled. I don't even know if it's supposed to be rolled. AI variation. How do you use this? Default AI is diceless to keep the game moving quickly. If you prefer a less predictable battle environment, you can use this system. Beast, Rampage, Guardian, yeah. Rule changes are made. So what is Psycho's normal AI? Might not use this. Seems like extra stuff I don't really need. So their AI is R, which is Rampage. So they don't actually use the same AI, which works well. Okay, so now we're going to determine numbers. It's 1d6 times 2. We roll 2d6, pick the highest, because we have 6 crew members. Six. Maybe 6 plus whatever the psychos add. 6 plus 2. You know, I should probably determine who's going on this mission before I roll all this stuff, because you can only bring 6. So who would end up staying behind? Probably the hacker. We'll figure that out in a minute. We'll see if that's a step. That should have been an equip, I believe. So I should write that out and say who's coming. Which I did not do. Let's see. Let me go to that step quickly. No, it's just the equipment. It doesn't specifically say I have to who I'm bringing. So we can carry on. Alrighty. So next up, we got the number, which is going to be 8. So actually, I don't have to roll that. Well, yeah, 8. Then I need to determine specialists and lieutenants. There's going to be 2 specialists present, which are part of the number. So there's 2 specialists, 6 basics. If you encounter 4 more opponents, 1 non-specialist figure will be a lieutenant. So there's going to be a lieutenant, 2 specialists, 3 basic. Nope, 5 basic. That was a message there. Let's see here. We want unique individuals. That will be 2d6. And on a 9 plus, there's an additional unique individual. Okay, so on a 9 plus, on 2d6. That is a... I have no idea what that is. I left the die in the tray. I think it was a 7. I'm going to re-roll that. I think it was a 7, but I'm going to roll it again anyways. It's a 6. So, NA. Next step. We already know that. Individuals figure is in addition to those normally encountered. Alright. So, no unique individuals. I think we have our encounter. No roving threats. Enemy weaponry. So they're classed as 1B. So, let's see. We're going to do varied armaments, which means split the non-specialist opponents into 2 groups and roll weapons for carried by each. So there's going to be a group of 2 and a group of 3. So let's call this basic weaponry. Weaponry equals 1d6 times 2. This will give us the 2 types of weapons we have. This is from table 1. Be a 1 and a 5. That gives us a scrap pistol and a scrap pistol and blade. So that's for basic weaponry and specialist. Equals, and that'll be 1d6. And this is column B. That is a 5. That'll be rattle gun. Nice. So there'll be two guys with scrap pistol and blade. There'll be 3 guys with a scrap pistol, 2 guys with a rattle gun, and a lieutenant with a scrap pistol and blade, because he has the same as that guy. And he'll also have a bonus, I think, toughness or something, or armor. I don't remember which. All right, so we got our weaponry. Set up the battlefield. Doesn't have anything that I roll. Then they're just right into the battle round. Alright, so final encounter. Equals. We've got 1. I'll write down the next list here. So we got 1 lieutenant. I can spell. That seize the initiative as well. And I gotta then roll up the old friends story before I start. So, let's see. Yeah, I was spelling it right. I don't know why I stopped spelling it. That's correct. Lieutenant with scrap pistol and blade. And what does he get? He gets something. +1 combat skill. And +1 combat. We have 2 basics. 2 psychos. We'll just call them psychos. 2 psychos with scrap pistol. Nope, scrap pistol and blade. That's how I wanted to do it. Scrap pistol and blade. We have 3 psychos with scrap pistols. And then we have 2 specialists. With railguns. That is our encounter. Okay, so next we need to seize the initiative. Let me check the psychos and see what they have. So they're bad shots, they only hit on 6s, which is good. And there's no bonus or negative to their seize the initiative. So then we go on to seize the initiative. I think. Let's go to the actual battle round steps quickly. Battle round. We don't have anything that'll give us a bonus, I don't believe. Yeah, so you just go for seize the initiative. We are outnumbered, so we'll get a +1. Our highest savvy is 1, so we'll get a +2 total. That's it. So we get 2d6 + 2. It'll be 2d6. Let's roll the roll. I'm going to add 2 to this roll. I rolled a 6 + 2, which is an 8, which I think I need a 9. No, it's going to be a 10 plus. So that is fail. We did not seize the initiative. Then, last thing we got to do is Star of the Story. Then I'll be done. I'm going to roll up our Star of the Story because he's going to show up turn 1 during the quick action phase. He's going to appear out of the gloom, hopefully guns blazing. And I have asked the creator about this. I've mentioned this on my 5 Leagues from Borderland. It was intended that you would roll background for this particular use of your story, Star of the Story. You do roll background for it. I mean, you can do whatever you want in your own game, but it was the intention of the creator for that to occur. So, let's go find it right here. Did you ever meet my mate? Okay, so we're going to generate another character right here. So that is 1d100. Yeah, human, baseline human. roll his background. It'll be a 16. Mining colony. Good, +1 toughness. Then we want motivation. $71. What kind of romance? It's the worst one. It's gonna be a quest rumor. Because I have an active quest. And we're gonna gain a story point. Good. And then last is class. Roll the black dice for class. 63. A ganger. A ganger who wants romance. Interesting. Ganger. +1 reaction. I think I already got a story for this. +1 low-tech weapon. Good. We needed a weapon to start with. D100. Let's roll that low tech. Is it D100? Not sure. It is D100. D100 equals. So this is what they're going to be bringing to the table. Because they weren't equipped during the equip stage. So they'll have... They might start with a handgun. 96. Brutal melee weapon. Let me see, because when you recruit someone, they start with a handgun. I think, but that might just be for when you recruit a person with the recruit action. Let me read what it says. Let's actually read what about old friend says. It just says they can act immediately. Okay, so let's look at the recruit section and see if it just says any new recruits. Recruit. Each recruit. Recruits have basic profile of type and come armed with a handgun. This isn't a recruit. So they're just going to have a brutal melee weapon. And that is all. So I got to keep that in mind. This person showing up, just going to have a brutal melee weapon. Okay, I think that's it. I think I've done it. I think I've done it all. So, I need to create 8 player characters, if you will. I need to create 8 psychos. And we're having a battle. It's going to be hazy. I also have to figure out, did I do the world traits? Yeah. So So there's an imminent invasion opportunity. So this is just a basic world. I'll probably do something along the lines of a deserty planet, maybe? Like a Tatooine style? Not Tatooine. Yeah, Tatooine. Desert planet, Star Wars style. I'll probably do that. And it can be a showdown on a scummy spaceport. Seems the type of place psychos would live. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so that's it for tonight. I got my work cut out for me. I intend on, if it all goes to plan, I intend on streaming some of the creating of the miniatures and painting of the miniatures and terrain and all that good stuff. But we're going to end it there. So, thank you to anybody who showed up to watch, which doesn't look like there was anybody. Nobody in the chat anyways. I'll probably edit this thing down and put it on YouTube eventually. I'm probably going to upload it to YouTube as is, just as a record of the rolls. But that'll do it for tonight. If I'm going to stream again, it'll probably be in about a week. I need to get over the hump of quitting, so I'm not going to want to do much for the next 6 days or so. I'll do my hobbying stuff, but I don't know if I'll be doing anything on stream. So, alright, hopefully somebody shows up for the next stream, and if you did show up for this one, thank you.